Woo! So what happens when a guitar player finally gets their first 7-string guitar? Duh, you only play the low notes like that. What's going on? My name is Brian Bauer, and today we are here to talk about my Ibanez RGA 7. Yes, I have an old video about this. I figured we'd revisit a guitar that does mean a lot to me, and we're also going to talk about the mistakes I've made with this guitar. I think it's time we tell the story on the channel because why not? Don't make the mistakes that I made when I got this. And put these lovely Bare Knuckle Nailbombs in it. They're a lovely set of pickups, but there were some mistakes. We'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, if you guys are new around here, don't be afraid to click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. If you like this video, you can do it later in the video, but just stick around. Watch time matters. If you don't like the YouTube stuff, whatever. That's cool. But hey, I've got to plug my own stuff here, right? You know how it goes in your mind. A 6-string just isn't enough. You've been listening to really cool new metal bands like Limp Bizkit and Korn. Okay, to be fair, when I first heard Korn, I did not know they played 7 strings, but let's be honest, I was pretty young. You can call me stupid, but I was probably 10. Guitars had 6 strings, right? Freak on a Leash was a pretty cool video, and this guitar will definitely do Korn if you wanted to. But for me, to get into 7 strings, it was really about Jeff Loomis a little bit later in life. Jeff Loomis of Nevermore, of course, and later on Arch Enemy, but Nevermore was the 7-string band, right? Also, you know, John Petrucci of Dream Theater, you know. Pick the easiest riffs ever. So if you're like me and you're too lazy to tune down, you can still have your, you know, your E, A, D, G, B, E with, you know, that, and that's pretty friggin' cool, right? All right, so back in the day, the younger me dreamed about having a 7-string guitar, and that's where the Ibanez RGA comes into my life. And the Ibanez RG 7 strings are just a classic in the 7-string world. Popularized by Steve Vai with the Ibanez Universe, which was his 7-string version of like a gem without the monkey grip and stuff, you know. And then, you know, later on, Korn. I mean, let's just be honest here. People can be like, I don't like Korn, but Korn basically solidified 7 strings for life. Now we have Gent and the whole works that play 7 strings, 8 strings, 9 strings, the whole works, but I'm cool with 7. One thing with these is they also have this, like, you know, super killer large headstock. I mean, come on, I think it looks really cool. I don't know if everybody likes Ibanez headstocks, but I think they're one of the coolest ones out there. They're not the only cool ones out there. They're just a classic in my mind, and I really like them. These things play exceptionally well if you really like, you know, the Ibanez Wizard necks, whatnot. Now there's a whole bunch of new variations, like there's AZ versions of Ibanez 7 strings and whatnot as well. But hey, you can't go wrong with this. And plus, this one has the arch top body. That's why it's like RGA. I believe it means arch top. I'm pretty sure it does. I didn't look this up. We're gonna raw dog this video a little bit. I do have notes up, let's be fair. So let's go back to South Korea in 2011. I had actually moved over there for a job of teaching English, and I thought, well, I'll finally have quote unquote real job. It was not a real job. Anyway, but it was a job. And I was like, oh, I'm making more money. So dumb me wants to buy a 7-string. But the reason I tell this bit of the story is because at the time there was the big music market called the Nagwon, which is in Seoul in, what spot is that called? Insadong? Insadong. Yes, it's a big spot. You can get at the bus there super easy. I know the Nagwon music market's still there. Man, I wish I had YouTube videos of that. But I do not. And you couldn't really find 7-string guitars, so they had one. It was a Music Man, Ernie Ball Family Reserve JP 7-string. It was there the entire year. Nobody bought it. So before you know it, I got this on order from eBay. It comes over from the US, and then I'm paying import fees, so dumb number one. But hey, if you went back and, you know, erased all your mistakes, you'd basically erase everything you know, right? So, all right, let's get into the dumb story about a dumb person, and that person is the guy sitting in the chair. Although I feel like a completely different person now than when I did this. But either way, wisdom does not come from doing everything right. It comes from making a lot of mistakes. And what happens is that you stop making so many mistakes and you make more informed decisions. Decisions that I was not making, I'm hoping I'm going to help you, you know? And at the time, I thought I was some rock star and needed to change my pickups. And I couldn't see that. Hey, I really sucked and did not need to change my pickups. It's been a number of years, so hey, don't listen to people on a forum. Okay, let's get into this. We all know the pickup debate. Glenn Fricker has been talking about this for some time. People get really mad about it. Generally speaking, I agree with him. What he's saying is that guitar pickups really, they kind of all sound the same once you start putting gain on them. And I gotta say, from a recording standpoint, he is 100% right. Some pickups just seem like they're, lacking though. And I hated these things. And I'm still convinced that these things were awful to this day. I still think I did make some mistakes here. I have nothing against changing pickups. You can do whatever you want, and it's a good skill to know how to wire these things up. Something I didn't know how to do very well either. Still don't, for the most part. Never really enjoyed it. These pickups just felt lifeless, and one of the things that really annoyed me with this guitar is it came with a mid-cut switch. Why would you have a mid-cut switch on a guitar? Like, you flicked it one way and it sounded fine, and the other way it was just mud. Like, guitar in a mix is all about mid-range. Think about the whole. You're not the bass player. You don't want to be clashing with the kick drum or the bass. You are the mid-range. So why are you doing this? Ibanez, I have no clue what you were thinking, other than maybe, scooped mids were
a nice part of a balanced breakfast.
I have no idea. So we get into the active to passive pickup conversion. Okay, something that I should not have done, but it seemed like it was a cool thing to do. So I got a set of Bare Knuckle Nailbombs, which I still think are amazing pickups. And guess what I started doing? I have to start bending the tabs and doing all this stuff to fit these into a guitar. Now, 7 strings, generally speaking, have soap bar pickups. Or I have one that was direct mount, but a lot of them were soap bars. They were set up for like an EMG. In this case, I should have swapped them to EMGs instead of starting to hack at the body to fit these pickups in a little bit better. Now, I bought some pickups from Frets on the Net, and he makes pickups for these kind of conversions for people who know what they're actually doing. And I gotta say, his product was fantastic, so exactly as is, worked great. But here I am, filing things, doing all this stuff. And I did one other super, super dumb. I decided to take a pickup apart and flip a magnet because somebody said on a forum, you got to flip a magnet. Listen, guys, don't go out flipping magnets, okay? You don't need to do this with an expensive set of pickups. Like, you're just dumb. Like, do not do this. I mean, some people have done it and probably had success. You void the warranty of your pickup. You probably are going to mess the pickup up. And it never got put back together quite right. It still works, yes. Just don't get into this garbage, guys. Like, the pickups, generally speaking, in the guitars that you bought stock are perfectly fine, and you can keep using those pickups unless they're gone microphonic or something. Now, a year after I did this, Bare Knuckle started putting out soap bars, and it's like, why didn't you have these before? This would have been amazing. Bare Knuckle's an amazing company, by the way, and when I had my little dealings with them, they were awesome. I really like them. So at the end of the day, yes, they're a great company. They make a great product. You don't need to do what I did. Just keep the pickups in it. Like, the stock pickups in your guitars are probably fine. So for all you uneducated and inexperienced folks, do not get into this garbage. You don't need to. You're better off buying a guitar that's as close to the specs that you want. Do you want active pickups? Do you want passive pickups? Do you want a Floyd Rose? Do you want a fixed bridge? Whatever it is, buy that guitar. It's going to be fine stock. That's what you want. And you know why? Because you're going to spend more time playing that guitar instead of worrying about getting into these stupid projects and wrecking things. You're better off playing. Just go pay for a setup or something like that, or learn how to set the guitar up. That is something worth your time. Not, I need to change my pickups. Not that I really have any real negative opinions about doing that. It's a good skill to have too. But don't do what this guy did, okay? Better off playing your guitar and enjoying it and writing music, because doing all these mods thinking you're going to do this and you're going to sound better and blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, you're probably not going to be a rock star anyway, so just get over it. This guitar is just one of those things that has stuck around my life a lot. Now, I have a Solar 7-string as well, and it's a 26.5-inch scale. And this is a 25.5-inch scale. That's going to be a little bit better for tuning down. It is probably a better guitar than this, but this one plays so good that I actually play this one a whole lot more because it's just not as much of a stretch, and I just prefer the shorter scale. That's just how it goes. And I play this guitar in standard tuning, you know? Yeah. So this guitar actually has a wizard neck on it. So I'm thinking like a Wizard 2 kind of 7-string neck. I mean, look at this. It's pretty cool. Got the double like skunk stripe on it. Just regular dots and all that stuff. It has a Gibraltar bridge on it. I mean, some people change these Gibraltars out for the hip shots, right? And I could do that too, but I don't really feel the need to. It does get a little sharp there sometimes. Or maybe not sharp, but it's not as comfortable as a hip shot. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the Gibraltar. Inherently, there's no real big deal with it, you know? It is kind of cool. So yeah, many years have gone by since, you know, I've had done work on this guitar. I still say I'm gonna go put that pickup back together, right? I never have, but whatever. This guitar has ended up in countless recordings that I've done. You see in some of my current short videos, if you look up Sweet But Psycho or Fancy, those pop covers, I'll use this guitar. I do use the Strandberg some because it has a trem arm on it and it just works really well for that. But this, I love the 7-string just for the overall depth of playing it. It just feels good. It's not worth my time to get rid of this guitar for the amount of money that's gone into the thing over time and just playing around with it. It's one of those guitars that I learned a lot about 7-strings and just guitar modification and different things in general. While, hey, it may not be perfectly done or the perfect guitar, this guitar does mean a lot to me. Anyway, guys, I think that sums up this video. There's enough going on. If you want to check out some videos of me playing this, because if one of them are copyright, I'll lose all the money from this. You can check out my little Kane's Offering cover. You can check out the pop covers I've been doing of Iggy Azalea. Did one of Ava Max. Those are pretty fun. You can go back and find the old cover I did of Gallon's Moonlight Desires Mean Metal. That's with this guitar. That's not produced super well, you know. But, oh, Faceless Rhino. How could I forget about my song Faceless Rhino? You know that. Anyway, you guys can also click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and you all have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you for sticking around this long in this video. I don't know how well it's been done or not. Have a great day, and I will see you all again later. Peace.